Hello everyone, welcome back to Agri Farming. Today we are back with how to grow organic pepper or chili in pots. Chili plant belongs to the family Solanaceae, same family as tomato and brinjal. Chili is botanically known as Capsicum annuum all over the world. Talking of the plant habit, it is small annual shrub with an erect branch shoot with green-brown stems with simple oval leaves. It thrives through a taproot system. The plants produce small flowers with 5 petals, usually white in color, and are pendant. There are many varieties of chili plants, some of which are the hottest peppers known such as Naga chili, ghost chili, guajillo, jalapeno, peri peri, etc. Though chili plant is grown all over the world but found mostly in Britain, Australia, South Africa, India and other Asian countries. The life cycle of chili is annual and perennial, and its height is most of the time 20 to 39 inches. It spreads till 1 to 3 feet as it's wide. Now, let's get into the major grown species or varieties of chili or pepper. The first is Capsicum frutescens, Capsicum chinense, Capsicum pendulum, and Capsicum pubescens. Now, let's get into the organic chili gardening in containers. It focuses on the use of natural resources and minimizes the use of any chemical resources. It is a gardening system that seeks to avoid the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. In organic gardening, the entire system, that is plants, soil, water and microorganisms present in soil, are to be protected, and use of biofertilizers and green manure is encouraged. Choosing the perfect container or pot for chili plantation. For growing chili plants in container, always choose containers or pots that have sufficient drainage holes to drain out the excess water with the right conditions. Chili can grow brilliantly in containers. A 5-gallon container or 6 inches deep and wide similarly is sufficient for a single plant for most of the chili varieties. As chili grows better or bigger, they like to be transferred into slightly larger pots. Sunlight requirement or climatic requirement for growing organic chili in pots is growing chilies in containers need a place that receives full sun around 6 to 8 hours of direct exposure to sunlight. They are heat-loving plants like other plants of the family, for example tomatoes and eggplants. If you are short of space, you can also grow chili plants indoors on a sunny window shell. Also, choose a spot that has superior air circulation to avoid diseases. Pepper plants require different stages and different temperature conditions during the vegetative growth stage. It needs warm and humid weather. However, dry weather is suitable for fruit maturity. Temperature range of 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius is perfect for chili growth. The next point is soil requirements for growing organic chili in pots. Chili gardening in containers makes its cultivation relaxed and rewarding. The soil used in pots should be well drained, rich in organic matter. Chili plants thrive in soil having the pH of 6.5 to 7.5, and it cannot tolerate acidic or alkaline soils. Always make sure the share of soils used in your container must be free from inoculums of pests. The portion of soil used should be free from stones and pebbles and any plant debris. Chili plants require moisture for growth. For the gardening purpose of crop needs well-drained, sandy loam with rich organic content. Soil treatment for container organic chili gardening. If you wish to harvest organic chilies, then you need to put some extra efforts by treating the soil with biofertilizers such as Azotobacter or Azospirillum are mixed with compost or farmyard manure and can be left overnight. You can also add vermicompost in the soil. These biofertilizers add bulk of essential nutrients in the soil. It's also a good idea to mix 5 to 10 grams of neem cake at the time of soil preparation. This will provide protection to the young plants from soil-borne diseases and pests. The best season for container organic chili gardening is chilies can be produced both as kharif and rabi crop. Sowing months are May to June for Kharif crop, September to October for Rabi crops. If they are planted as summer crops, then January-February months are preferred. Now, let's get into the propagation of pepper in pots. Chili plants are propagated by its seeds, which are also grown in nurseries. Depending upon the preference of the grower, chili plant can be cultured either by sowing the seed directly and raising your seedlings yourself, or you can also opt for purchasing the raised seedlings from nurseries anytime. If you plan to raise your chili plants from seeds, high-yielding varieties with tolerance to pest and disease should be used. They should be carefully chosen from certified organic farms or from own seed plot which is raised organically. Seeds should be sown to about 5 mm deep in small pots or growing tray. They are very susceptible when small and they don't grow at all fast. The germination usually takes 1 to 3 weeks depending on the warmth and humidity. Seed treatment for growing organic container chili gardening. It is always advantageous to adopt indigenous practice for seed treatment, especially when growing for organic production. The seeds may be treated with Trichoderma and Pseudomonas species at 10 gram per kg of seeds to avoid the incidence of seedlings rot in the nursery. Biological seed treatment with antagonistic Pseudomonas fluorescens improves the seed quality parameters and drastically reduces the bacterial wilt incidence. How to water chilies in pots. Drainage is very important in chili plants. The chili roots must have an adequate amount of oxygen. That's why we recommend pots with sufficient drainage holes. Chilies seems to grow best with dry and wet cycles, so it's good not to water them every day if possible. Keep the soils slightly moist constantly and never allow the plants to dry out completely. Also, avoid overhead watering as this may lead to wet foliage which invites fungal infection. At the times when flowers start to appear and fruits begin to bear, reduce the watering a little, but be careful. Drying out of water completely results in flower drop. Let's get into the disease management of chili plantation. Chilies suffer from a variety of disease like anthracnose, fruit rot, dieback, bacterial wilt, mosaic disease, powdery mildew, leaf spot, etc. The best way to check the development and spread is to use resistant strains for sowing and conduct the regular manual inspection. The affected plants must be removed immediately as soon as the disease is detected. In addition, spraying Trichoderma and Pseudomonas species would help to prevent the disease spread. How to manage pests in chilies. Thrips, pot borer, grubs, nematodes, aphids, mites, etc. are the major pests of chili gardening. It must be ensured that at the time of farmyard manure application, only well-rotted manure should be used. Neem cake helps to keep root grubs away. Some gardeners keep grasses in heaps at designated spots on the field. Grubs gather in these heaps and the heap is burnt in the morning. This way, the life cycle is distributed and likely grubs are destroyed. Neem seed kernel extract is applied for controlling thrips and mites. Similarly, installing pheromone traps help to control fruit borer. Let's get into the intercultural operations for growing chili in pots. The first is pinching. Pinching in early growth makes the plant bushier and promotes more branching. It is a type of pruning. When the plant is around 6 inches tall, clip the growing tip, which helps it to be more bush type. If you see the flowers appearing early, remove them as well. Do this a lot at the time of transplanting. During the growth, look out for diseases or infected foliage or branch and remove it too. The second is support or training for chilies. Chilies have weak twigs. If they are loaded with fruit, they can break off. The chili plants are prone to branches drooping on the ground and breaking off. Growing chilies in containers may require support, especially if you are keeping your plant in a windy spot. Simply stab a stick near the main stem and tie the plant to it. The third is deadheading. If your plant is flowering too early, deadhead the flowers. It is important. This will direct the plant's energy into growing and becoming healthy. Harvesting of chilies from containers. Time to harvest may vary and depends on the variety that you are growing and climate conditions and nutritional status of the plant. Most of the varieties take 2 to 3 months to harvest. You can identify this when they are ready from their size. The longer you leave chilies on the plant, the hotter if flavored they become. But at the same time, leaving them on the plant after it's ready to harvest will decline in further fruiting. Dark green fruit is suitable to be plucked for preparing chili pickle. If you wish to dry them for chili powder or flakes, you can even leave them on the bush until they shrivel up and dry on their own. For dry chili and for making chili powder, picking should be done when the fruit is dark red. Ripe fruits should be harvested at frequent intervals. Retaining fruits on the plant for a long period on the plants causes wrinkles and color fading. About 5 to 6 picklings can be made for dry mature chili and 8 to 10 picklings are green chili. For harvesting or plucking, the chili fruit rule is pull it in an upward direction, exactly opposite to the direction in which it bends or hung down. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to this channel and please ring the bell button to notify you whenever new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.